In my last video, I spoke about overthinking and also some of the most common thinking traps. They were mind reading, me, them, catastrophizing, and helplessness. I'm assuming that you must have found out which are the major thinking traps that you fall into. No worries if you haven't found out. You can always go back to my previous video, pick up one or more situation from there and see what kind of thoughts come to your mind. Alternatively, you could pick up a situation from your own. So awareness is the first step, but awareness is not enough. Today, we will be discussing few simple strategies to overcome one or more of these thinking traps. So I've picked up these strategies from the program which is run by Dr. Reivich of University of Pennsylvania. She calls them real-time resilience. Interesting, isn't it? So basically what we have to do in this is increase our awareness, catch the negative thought and challenge it on the spot. That's why it's known as real time. And how does it help us? It helps us to be a little more composed, confident, and to focus on the task at hand. So she talks about 3 strategies: evidence, reframe, then. And for each of the strategies, she tells that there are some sentence starters which will help us to use it almost like immediately. So the first one is evidence. What do? We pick up some data from the past to challenge the thought. And the sentence starter is, this is not true because ... fill in the blanks. The second one is reframe. We look at the challenge from a different perspective, a little more optimistic or positive. And the sentence starter in this case is, a better way to look at things is, and then you fill in the blanks. The third is plan. Plan, basically you develop a sort of contingency plan in the moment, and the sentence for this is, if X happens, then I will do Y. Now let me pick up a situation and see if I can use one or more of these strategies. So let's say I have a huge talk to deliver and I have to address thousands of people. So before the talk, it's natural that I may feel nervous, jittery, tensed, anxious, and few thoughts which can come to my mind are, oh my god, are you sure you can do it? What if you forget? What if you freeze? In the crowd, there may be people who are more experienced than you. What can they learn from you? What if someone asks a question and you don't have the answer to? Now, these are few things which have come to my mind previously. So let's try using one or more of the strategies. Evidence. So the thoughts that I'm picking up is, you can't do it, what if you freeze, you may forget, there are people who are more experienced. So for these kind of thoughts, I use evidence and I say to myself, Somrita, this is not true because you have handled similar talks around 3 to 5 times in the last 6 months. So I'm challenging that thought in the moment with evidence. Alternatively, I could use then the contingency plan. So I can say to myself, Somrita, if someone asks a question you don't have the answer to, you can always ask one or more of the organizer to take note of the question, and you can probably go back, ask an expert, read about it and have it mailed to him. You can be honest that you don't have the answer right now, and it's okay to not know everything. So basically, the kind of thinking trap that I was into was catastrophizing. And what did I use? I used evidence and I used them. Now, let me pick up one more common situation. So as working mothers, we have these guilt trips. I'm not doing enough for my child. A lot of responsibilities falling on my husband. I have so many things to take care of. I'm not doing justice. So we do have these kind of thoughts, right? So let me try using reframe here. And so what I'll say to myself is, Somrita, a better way of looking at thinks is that you also take care of the responsibility. You and your significant other support each other beautifully. If he's traveling, if he has too much of assignments, you take care, and it's vice versa. Also, the child is coming up beautifully, and if you need more of help, you can always reach out to your extended family. So the thinking trap I fell into was me. I was not doing enough. I'm not spending time with my child. I'm not taking care of the responsibility. That was the me thinking trap. And what did I use? I used Reframe. So go ahead, try using one or more of these simple strategies, and do let me know if it works for you. Thank you.